Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel for this nice early exclusive review on the first 1/6 scale figure to be released from the Sly Stallone shop. The production manager Fabio Veresi, remember that name, associate that with quality. And the shop manager is Nick Cardasco. And Sly Stallone overseeing, as a supervisor slash director on all the figures to make sure that they are presented to us in the best way possible and the truest representation of the character. You might have seen a video recently online of Stallone opening this figure himself, mentioning how they captured the attitude. So I can't wait to get it out of the box and show it to you now. So drop a like on the video. It's a long awaited review. I've been waiting for this for quite some time. Very excited to bring it to you. This is a big one for me as a kid of the 80s. I was born in 1980, so I grew up with Stallone's movies. Rocky would be my number one. I don't know which Rocky is my number one, but Rambo would definitely be right behind it as far as my favorite of the Stallone movies. I think Rocky 3 or 4, just because of the age I was when they came out. But yeah, huge fan here. I have very vivid memories of watching the Rocky movies on the sofa with my mum. It was just me and her growing up, so we used to watch a lot of movies together, and the Rocky films in particular, I got very, very vivid memories of when Rocky would start to come back in the fight and start to win. I'd be kind of like hopping up and down on the sofa and punching pillows and getting all excited, and my mum's doing the same thing. It's just really good memories, man. Those films, before all the CGI and actors just standing in a big blue room, these movies from the 70s and the 80s, just so visceral and real. I mean, in Rocky, I know we're here to talk about Rambo, but in the Rocky movies, most of those punches are for real. Like, he's really taking punches and dishing out punches, and you can't fake that, and he knew that, and the actors fighting along, like Carl Weathers is a legend as well. I'd love to one day see some Carl Weathers figures. Oh man, Predator or like Apollo Creed, I don't know. Anyway, we're here to talk about Stallone, and there's a chance that Stallone may see this review. Just a chance, he may not, but he's so involved with everything that's happening with this company and the figures they're producing, making sure they are exactly as they're supposed to be. He's the director, supervisor, so there is a chance he'll see this. So hello, Mr. Stallone, and I'm a big fan. And I do have to mention, people come to this channel because they know that I'm honest about the things that I review, and if something needs pointing out, then I'm going to do so. But with the people involved in bringing this figure to us and their track record, all those incredible artists, and I don't think we've got much to worry about. The things I've seen in the past from these guys, this is the first release though from the Sylvester Stallone shop. It is www.slystaloneshop.com, and I can tell you some really exciting news that you probably already know that they are doing Cobra, but they're doing Rocky 76 and Rocky 4 as well. So I was told it's okay to mention that, so that's really good news, particularly Rocky 4, because I can just imagine him there in the trunks with the the American flag on the trunks. Is going to be just, and how ripped and shredded he was. Man, it's going to be good. Exciting times. It's I'm always saying that in the 1/6 scale world, exciting times, but it's true. It's just an exciting hobby, and this is an exciting day for me. So enjoy this review. Drop a like on it, share it with your collector buddies, let them know that this review is out there, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright, let's get to it. I just found out, folks, that the production will be ready for those other 1/6 scale Stallone figures from the company. Be ready by end of July, and will arrive in the USA by the mid or end of August. So you don't have too long to wait until we get even more Stallone figures. So let's just take a look at the beautiful box art, and it really is incredible. I love the artwork. I don't display my boxes anymore with the figures I used to. Like, literally, go back on the channel, you see that for many years I've always displayed the box art with the figure, because it just, the artwork on the box is like a collectible in itself. But this is just a very cool, classy choice, and displays beautifully. And there's a picture of the piece on the back. There's Mr. Stallone's signature. So there's all the accessories, and there's the official information there. So go check out the Sly Stallone shop. Box art created by John Rivoli. So there's the artist responsible for the amazing presentation. So it's a slip cover. Oh wow, that's cool. That solves my problem. So if I don't decide to display the box, which I really should do, but I could display the card, which has the same artwork, which comes included with the piece. I hope they all have a card like that. I can't wait to see the artwork for Cobra with the glasses and the little, was it a match that you choose, or is it a toothpick that you choose? I forget. But there's the piece, there's the figure. Anyway, let's get to it. This is exciting. Oh, let's see what's on the back of this. All right, some more artwork there. I like that. Nice and subtle. Beautiful. Look at that. There we go. Look, supervision and direction by Sylvester Stallone. Excellent stuff. All right, it's time to release him, turn him loose, set him free. Beautiful presentation, though. You know what? I've actually got this 6x4 frame. It's got a white frame. I'd prefer a black frame, but that might look pretty good to display this while doing the review. And I just realized as I'm putting the artwork in the frame here, we've got all the credits of everyone involved, and I have to show that. Exclusive producer and direction Nick Bordasco from the Sly Stallone Shop, art direction and production manager Fabio Veresi, 3D head sculpt Indigo Gill. See, these are all names I recognize from figures I've reviewed on this channel. There's Sean Dabbs, 3D accessories design. We know that name, Sean Dabbs. Dario Barbaro, we know that name too. And John Rivoli, box artwork. And there's his website as well, so check that out. Amazing people involved. There you go. That looks really cool. Kind of like the white frame. I might switch it out for a black one later, but let me know what you think. And here is the piece. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hands, dog tags, and his famous dagger there with the compass on the end of the grip. And here is the man himself. I'm just setting up to get a nice thumbnail for the review here, but I just remembered to mention, folks, they are also making this version of Rambo as well. So they haven't officially announced that yet, I don't think, so you're hearing it here first. But I was wondering about that after watching the film again recently. I thought it would be really cool to get this version, so that will be happening also at some point in the future. Now, with the natural light pouring in behind me, let's just get a look at the amazing weathering on the clothing. The army jacket looks like it's damp, from like he's been walking in the rain at the beginning of the movie. I can't believe how good that looks. Also the weathering around the red shirt collar. You can see the dirt and the grime on it. Look at the head sculpt, man, it's absolutely amazing. We'll get to that. But even the weathering on the jeans as well, you can see very, very good weathering on the piece. I love weathering on figures. It really tells a story. Alright, so here is the figure and everything he comes with, apart from the Blu-ray, which I've just included in the background because I think it looks cool. And you don't get a frame with the card, you have to get your own frame. But I do recommend you do that because it just displays really nicely with the figure. But this, bearing in mind, is the first release from the Stallone shop. So it's like an intro figure. And it's perfect for that because it's quite a simple piece. It comes with what it needs to come with. But it's not overwhelming. And it's such a classic moment from the beginning of the John Rambo story, where he's just walking down the road with a sleeping bag, which is beautifully weathered, by the way. You can see the muck on there, like splashes of water from where cars are passing him by. Maybe he's hitching without much success, but just a really nice intro figure from the company. I can't wait to see what they get up to, but I think it comes with everything that you'd need for this particular version of John Rambo. I will just mention, folks, I did do a little trick with the laces on the boots. They are real laces, obviously, but you get quite a bit of lace here. So I put a tiny drop of glue on the knot and then cut off the excess lace. So just to me, visually, I just like it a bit more like this. It's a very simple thing. You may not want to do it, but that's what I did. Now we're going to get straight to the head sculpt, which has to be right, otherwise a 1/6 scale figure just doesn't really work, and it's always a point of frustration when you look over at a piece that has maybe, you know, an odd expression on the face, or the eyes are off, you know, looking in different directions, or whatever the paint app might be up to, depending on, you know, the quality of the application. But here I'm seeing stuff, and I mean good stuff. This expression is giving me sadness, loneliness, deep, dark, troubled thoughts in his head from the memories of everything that he's been through in the war. And there's definitely a sadness in the eyes, and I love that. And the stubble is really, really well done as well. I'll just turn him to the side here. Beautiful life in the eyes, the way the light catches them. Now I've got him looking directly at us, so we can try different angles. I love the way the hair is done as well. The texture on the skin is amazing. Let's just see. Get him looking up. Get him looking down. See, hands in the pockets, kind of just walking pose with the sleeping bag over his shoulder, looking down like that as he's thinking while he's walking. I think that would be amazing looking. Love that stubble. So I am very pleased with the sculpt, and as soon as the lights hit those eyes, that's just the natural light behind me, bringing the eyes to life. I'll bring him closer and see. Alright, so even closer now, you can see the eyelashes. And that is an amazing head sculpt, I have to say. Credit where it's due. They've done a fantastic job with this. Bone structure of the face as well. The cheekbones. Very well done. I love it from dead on the front. I mean, every angle it looks great, but when he's looking at you like that, it's so real. And now I've closed the curtains behind me, and this is a look at the head sculpt under artificial lighting. So I'm just using, you know, desk lamps basically, just so you can get an idea of how it might look in your D12 at night when all the lights are on and your display is looking awesome, I'm sure. But yeah, this is how he looks under artificial light. So whether it's natural light or artificial, it looks very, very good in my opinion. Really impressed with it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you satisfied with how the head sculpt has turned out? I'll tell you honestly, I am very satisfied. Looks very real to me. Alright, so I've put the sleeping bag over his shoulder and one hand in the pocket. I actually removed that hand and just put the, you know, the arm into the pocket there. It just makes it a bit easier, and I don't think it looks like he's missing a hand. You can't really tell. It's just an easy way to get the hand in the pocket look. But that is your classic display for this piece. I mean, you can do all kinds of things, but with this particular version, I think less is more, and this is obviously based on the moment where he's heading into that town. He's simply walking down the street. First time we ever see John Rambo, and I think a pose like this does the job very well. Let's just turn him to the side a little bit. You can see some angles. I love it. So true to the character. I love that expression. The head sculpt, it has been absolutely knocked out of the park, and the weathering on the clothing just makes it real, you know. Beautiful work. Alright, so now both hands in the pockets and walking down the street, stepping forward, and this is probably the way I would choose to display him, because it just captures that moment so perfectly. It's really easy to get him in this kind of pose. I just remove the hands and then stick him in the pockets there, and leg movement's really good, so it's nice and easy to get him in a walking pose. Obviously his base holds him up really safely, and that looks fantastic. Now I'll just go freehand and get up close and personal with the figure. Amazing job on the eyes and the skin. Really, really amazing work. Look at that. Love the stubble. And check out the weathering all over the jacket here. US Army. It looks damp. You know, I'm walking in the rain. American flag there. The long sleeve red shirt underneath. That's weathered too. Looks like a really beautiful bit of stitch work on that as well. Very good for the scale. 1/6 scale shirt. 1/6 scale clothing always blows us away, doesn't it, when it's done right? And this is done right for sure. You can see all the weathering on it. Look at the edges of the pockets, more weathered than the rest. I mean, that attention to detail is incredible. From the first release from the company, coming out the gate swinging. And the weathering on these boots as well. See on the front there and all around the sides. Amazing. The base. Denim jeans. There's the holder for his knife, strapped to his leg. Just got the sleeping bag over his shoulder. Love that zip at the back. You can have the collar up or down. In different parts of that beginning of the movie it's up and then it's down, I think, when he gets into the police station. But in the beginning when he's walking in the cold, it's up. So I always like to pop the collar when I can on a figure, because I just think it looks cool. I grew up with the Fonz, so. But yeah, absolutely exceptional work. Right, so here is his knife, which you can remove the compass from the bottom. You got a little compass in there. Let's see if I can get that for you. A lovely little detail. Really nice weathering on the blade. It is plastic, but it's still sharp on the end, so careful. Great work on that. There's dog tags, which are metal. Let's see if you can make out what's written on there. Wow, it's actually there. I thought, to be honest, I didn't think it would be. Honestly, I thought, you know, there's no way, but it's actually there, John Rambo, and the numbers and everything. 220-56. Oh, my eyesight isn't what it used to be. But yeah, that's amazing. Real metal 1/6 scale dog tags. And the hands, look at the fingernails. We've got cuticles, the end of the nail there, everything. There's 8 hands in total. I won't show you all of them because they're just hands, and I'm sure 1/6 scale collectors have seen enough hands by now. But you get everything you need for the job. Look how good that looks. I love the colours, man. I love it. The lovely blue with this beautiful weathered green, and the red, you know, with the skin tone, the black hair. It all just comes together perfectly. It's a really, you know, it is what it is from the movie, and they're just, you know, replicating that in 1/6 scale. But these colours, everything just works so well together, I think. Just looks really, really good. What do you think of that? Man, that is good. I can't wait to give you my final thoughts, which I'll probably do pretty soon, folks. I'll just pop his knife in the holster, which you're not going to see because it's under the jacket anyway. But I'll give you my final thoughts and we'll get this review done. But it has been an absolute pleasure. Now the figure on its own, not including the base, the figure stands 12.5 inches tall. I've just measured him. Alright folks, I'll give you my final thoughts. This is a masterpiece. It's a 10 out of 10. I've always said 7 is good, 8 is very good, 9 is excellent, and 10 is a masterpiece, and that's what this is. First figure from the company. Very well done to everyone involved. I'm sure Sylvester Stallone is very proud to have this figure released. I can't wait to see what the rest of the figures look like. Cobra is going to be so cool, so badass, and obviously Rocky is iconic, just as iconic as Rambo here. A lot of people's favourite is Rocky, so I am pleased for the company, and I'm very, very pleased with what we are all going to be receiving. Those of you who have pre-ordered this, I think you can still get it, so go to the SlyStalloneShop.com and grab one. I highly, highly recommend it. It's a 10 out of 10 piece. first figure out of the gate, and they've absolutely knocked it out of the park. Very well done. Thank you for watching, everyone. Drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at DKnight333 for plenty of pictures and clips, and I hope you're all doing well. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.